wanted to record an updated guide on our sniping extension, new UI, and upcoming mint. Um, and in general, talk about what is it all about and why people are using our platform in general. So, what our sniping platform allows you to do is to search for listings for your user set parameters. For example, you can search for chilled Kong below 1008 as an example. Also, you can search for rarity, trades, and a lot of different type of rules you can set that I'll explain a little bit later and show how it all works in a bit. So we're minting at the end of this month our lifetime pass, which gives you subscription-free access to our service. It's going to be a limited supply of 1,000. It's going to be mint date is about 30th September, probably a couple of days later or earlier. And the mint price is 500 ADA. The mint price seems steep, but our usual monthly subscription with the same permissions used to be 150 ADA. So basically, this lifetime pass is going to cost you about 3.5 months of old subscription. So I think it's quite fair. Let's go about our access tiers and what's the difference. So the new pass, which is called Hunter, is going to give you basically everything you need for basic till advanced sniping, namely access to price, rarity, trade hunts, and a couple of different rules, which I didn't include in this list just because it would be too long. It also includes 30 concurrent snipes. A lot of people were asking like whether this is like a snap limit per month or like lifetime snap limit, so you can only do 30 hunts. No, it is concurrent snipes, so basically you can watch 30 projects or 30, you can basically have 30 concurrent alerts set up at the same time. And you can edit, remove them, and add new ones as much as you want. There's no limit on actions, as long as you don't go over 30 concurrent snipes. And Apex includes a couple more rules, couple more advanced rules, and 100 concurrent snipes. And the Orca is everything unlimited and a couple really advanced rules. For example, like trade combination or trade value snipes. So we're also introducing a little burn mechanism for passes. So if you want to upgrade to Apex, you're going to have to burn 400 passes, and then if you want to upgrade to Lifetime Pink Orca, you're going to have to burn 4 Apex passes. More about mints and the schedule of, more about burns and the schedule of burns. I'll explain a little bit, and there will be a separate announcement about that. But let's go over the actual platform right now. So this is how it looks when you first get into it. It's a very basic snipe creation page, and here where basically your journey starts in sniping. So let's go like from top to bottom and explain everything that is here. So once you arrive at this page, you'll see like an ability to select default hunt presets. Hunt presets is basically a certain rule combination that we define for you for the most frequently used rules to combine basically. For example, if you select price, it's going to give you rules of min price and max price. So you'll basically able to search between price range. That's quite common for people. Then if you click rarity, it's going to give you also minimum and maximum rarity. If you click trades, it's going to add you match trades and so on. So this is a little shortcut to use if you are creating a lot of snipes that are the same type. This is basically a quick navigation. However, if you want to have some unusual snipes or combine rules not in like a traditional way, so to say, which doesn't fit the preset, you can also do that by powering over new add new rule button, and then you will basically see all the full list of rules that we have available at the moment for your tier. For example, I'm right now on the Orca tier, so I have every possible rule that we have. For example, use absolute percentage, specific name, and each of the rule has a little tooltip that explains it a little bit more what it does. And I'm also going to post a guide, extensive guide on what does this particular rule do, and how to combine rules for like most effectively, because it's a very it's a complex system to get used to perhaps for new people, but it gives a lot of freedom to find very specific assets that if you combine a lot of rules correctly. But let's start with the most basic one. Delete all of those and just select a collection. For example, chilled conks. Let's search for it. Takes a little bit of time. Let's try again. Okay, there we go. So we select chilled Kongs, and then we can add a rule. For example, maximum price makes more sense. For example, we want the chilled Kong be below 1500 ADA. Now, after you set up your rules, you have an option to have a preview hunt results. What it does is basically it queries all the current listings that fit your rules, and then you will have a list of the current listings. So to just make sure this is just like a quick preview of the hunt so that you're sure that you're looking for the right thing. If I did add a trade filter, it will apply all the rules just as it would for a regular snipe. Because again, one of the confusion points people have is that they set up a snipe and it doesn't trigger instantly, and they ask the question, why does it happen? Is it because the hunts are looking only for new listings? They're not going to check, at least at the moment, for old listings and trigger immediately. We used to do that, but oh, there you go. It instantly triggered for chilled Kong for 2000 ADA. So let me. I believe it's because I already had a hunt before the demo. But let's stop this so it doesn't trigger more. And well, now that it's triggered, I'm going to showcase how it looks after the hunt triggers. So we're going to switch a little bit. Anyway, we create like special snipe page for you with some added information. So for example, we'll have your hunt label. You can rename the hunts. So for example, if you're searching for purple Kongs, if you label it like purple Kongs, then you'll instantly see why the hunt triggered. Because sometimes it can be, if you have a lot of different alerts, sometimes it is hard to actually understand which of them triggered it. But with labels, you have instant feedback for that. Then we have the asset price. Then we have a rarity rank, since chilled Kongs actually don't use official rarity, so it's 0. Then we show you collection floor, so the current floor is 1339. And then those things are colored for a reason. For example, if it's very dark gray, dark red, it means that this particular snipe is very not profitable, because you obviously can see that since this chilled Kong was listed for almost 2000 ADA and the collection floor is 1300, then it would be a negative profit of 660 ADA. Similar thing to trades. Those are all trade floors. So we can see if body purple, you would lose 558 on this particular snipe. And then you have a couple links to check metadata on pool PM, on jungle, then to open listings link. In this case, it will open JPEG store. And then here it says try again, because I actually don't have enough funds to snipe it. But if I did, then it would automatically create a transaction like you regularly buy an asset. And then all you have to do is sign it. So while the transaction is building, you have instant feedback of the snipe profitability, and also you can see how you named it, so you know why it triggered. But anyway, let's go back to our new hunt. So yes, after you selected, let's go for chilled Kongs again. After you selected the collection, you set up a rule. Let's see, maximum price 1500. So again, you can preview the listings that would fit this hunt. So in this case, every chilled Kong below 1500 data. Then you can create this hunt label I was just talking about, and then you can create a set hunt list. This is basically a folder structure for hunts. So if you have a lot of them, you'll be able to way quicker navigate between the folders with specific hunts. But yeah, this is mostly for people who have a lot of hunts. Anyway, once the hunt is created, you can find them in the list of the hunts. And I was talking about lists, here they are. So this hunt was added to list 33. That's because I named it like this. And here you are, they're both of them. And if you switch to different list, there's going to be no hunts found. And you can also move to different lists. So like again, this folder structure is quite useful for people who have a lot of snaps. But anyway, so let's go over this second tab. Here you have hunt controls. Basically, you can search for filter hunts because the list can get very long. You can search it by collection name, label, or index for convenience. You can stop all hunts at the same time. So then if you click this button, every hunt is going to be paused. So it's not going to trigger in case you don't want pings, notifications, and you want to edit all the hunts while they're paused. Then you can select all. this will give you a multi-edit functionality. So for example, if you need to alter every hunt at the same time to adjust the price, for example, you can do that. And in this case, if I wanted to set up a minimum rarity, for example, for coins of 1, it would edit. It crashed. Well, I need to fix that. Well, anyway, when it's going to be fixed, you'll be able to edit. Of course, it crashes on the demo. You'll be edit all the hunts at the same time. Or actually, it did update it. It just triggered UI. So it's good. So you see, the hunts have all been added, both of them, minimum rarity of 1. So yeah, that's multi-edit. Now, you can edit also individual hunts without multi-edit. So then you can basically change the price, change the collection, change the rarity, and even change the list and labels. Then you can duplicate hunts. So if you have, if you're creating a lot of similar hunts, in this case, this is very useful because you can just change one parameter without recreating the other rules. Then you can select for multi-edit. Then you can remove the hunt, move to different lists, disable and enable quick snipe. Quick snipe is for, if you have quick snipe enabled, then this page that I just showed with the actual snipe page is going to automatically build a transaction, and if the quick snipe is disabled, it's not going to automatically build a transaction in case you want to double check the asset, or it is a very specific set of assets and you want to make sure that you're buying the right thing. Then you can resume and pause hunts. So yeah, that's going to pause and resume them. And then this is a listing preview, but since I have minimum rarity for coins, it's going to show me all zeros. So let's toggle it back. And now if you toggle the hunt listing preview, you can again see the same view as on the start hunt page. That's about it for this page, I believe. And then you can obviously create a new list. So if I create a new hunt list, I'm going to have it here, and I'll be able to move my hunts there to the new list. So it's all nice and neat. Then one other very important page is live page. So for example, for this particular demo, let's see, we can add a very heavily listed collection with no rules. Also, if you don't put any rules, if you just create a hunt with, for example, for ADA handles, it's going to show up as any new listings because there are no rules. So it's going to trigger for every new listing. And also, let me disable quickly the snipe page opening so it doesn't trigger the showcase live page. So this page is passive sniping. So every new listing that fits any of your snipe conditions, any snipe rule, is going to be shown here. And if you have, for example, this is very useful for new collections because there's going to be a lot of listings for your parameters. And if you don't want a lot of new tabs open and a lot of new transaction building generation, because it really crowds your screen, and if you need to make a rapid decision, you really don't want to have 15 new tabs open every second. So this tab really helps. It's going to show you in the small boxes. Let's see if we can get it here, because if somebody lists an ADA handle, let's actually remove a couple more rules so that maybe we have a higher chance of presenting this live. Let's remove this. Let's add what is popular right now. Oh yes, dirt birds. A lot of dirt bird listings right now. Okay, let's sit on this page, for example, I explained. So every new hunt, every new listing that fits the parameters is going to be shown here. It's going to be just a grid of listings. And from here, you can also open asset details and buy from this page, just as you would on the snipe page. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure I want to sit on this page for a couple of minutes just to showcase it, but it's quite simple. It's just going to be, oh, actually, let me showcase you like this. It is very similar to the watch list. Let's see. It's loading. Yeah, it's very similar to this one. So it's going to be the same type of a box, but instead of not listed, it's going to have a price because it's listed. And then if you click on details, you're going to have this more of trade information and asset sales history and stuff. So this is the same type of a page that you have on the live hunts. Let's go back, and then you have your snap history, which is currently empty, but because it's not wired. But in the future, it's going to just basically show you every successful notification, not necessarily the purchase, but just notification that you have. And then the last tab right now is your settings. So you can select your wallet for sniping, Then you may enable email notifications, sound notifications, mobile notifications. Then you can actually open the new tab on the successful listing that matches your parameters or not. Then if you want to receive email notifications, you will have to enter your email. One important thing I forgot is that to set up the whole thing, you have to have our extension installed, because this is actually the brain of sniping. This is the extension actually watches the snipes in background, and then basically the snipe page and the extension is synced. So if I remove something from here, for example, this snipe is going to be removed from here, so 3.3. It was 4.4, and then if I add something here, it's going to be synced to extension. So extension actually watches the your snipes, not the web page. So even if you have this UI closed, you will still be able to snap. So let me think if I didn't forget anything. Yeah, that's about it really. Oh yeah, let's go through the rules a little bit. So like one important thing to note is that the biggest change I think from our last setup is that you can combine any rule with any other rule. Before we had those presets, but they're like you can only search for rarity and price range, and that's it. You couldn't combine it like rarity, price range, and trades. So now you can combine everything together, and that's what makes it more complex, but also way more powerful. So that's about it. Again, let me just show you the mint page. So we're minting our lifetime pass at the end of the month. So if you liked what you see, if you find it useful for you, then I strongly recommend looking into that, and ask me any questions in Discord or Twitter, anywhere, if you are left with something that you want to know after the demo. So yeah, I believe I've touched every topic that I wanted regarding the new platform and UI. So thank you for watching, and yes, if you have any questions, please let me know. See you.